Welcome to Badminton Unlimited, your weekly access to badminton action and beyond. This week we catch up with Malaysia's badminton legend, Lee Wan Wah. And we're in Taiwan to report on the Morning Cup, one of the biggest and unique amateur badminton tournaments in the world. Modern Malaysian badminton has been synonymous with one player of late. Lee Wei has been the face of the nation's badminton achievements for the past decade. But before him, there were many others who were responsible for building Malaysia's legacy of success. Lee Wan Wah was part of a successful men's doubles pair with Chung Tan Fook that amassed title after title, including big finishes at both the Asian Championships and the Commonwealth Games.
You have to give it wholeheartedly. You have to be committed, you have to be disciplined, you have to know what you want. A lot of players, they think that, oh, I admire Lee Wei, I want to be like them, but it doesn't work that way. You need to have the potential, you need to have the talent, you need to have the mindset, the mentality.
We caught up with Lee at the Sun Surya Pioneer Badminton Centre recently, where he is now coaching. Located in Kuala Lumpur, the country's capital, this is where the now-retired Lee spends most of his time. Even in his second career, the father of two boys still imposes the same kind of dedication he did as a player.
Right now as a coach, it's also quite the same because right now I'm coaching some professional players. So it's like 9 o'clock in the morning, 2.5 hours to 3 hours of training. Then I have to rush back. I'm a dad as well. I have to rush back to get the kids ready to school and fetch them to school, bring the one back. Then I have to rush back to the gym session. And after that, back in the court again for the third session for my students.
A native of Perak, the 39-year-old's journey into the sport began slowly. Living a simple childhood, he never intended to take up professional badminton.
Never in my wildest dream that I would dream of being world number one, Because when I started playing badminton, it was just for fun. After homework, after school, my cousins are here, then we played just with the gate as the net. And then we picked up slowly from there. It was like after that, in the school team, after the school team, in the state team, and after that into the national team.
Lee tried his hand in singles before finding his true calling in the doubles format. In 1994, his burgeoning talent was recognized and he found himself in the national setup. He began playing with a number of different partners before he finally teamed up with his childhood buddy, Chung.
I can still remember when I play singles, it's like you have to control quite hard because the court is smaller and you need to run faster. But once I got into professional doubles, I realized that it's not as easy as I thought. You still need to run a lot. You still need to train a lot. Our coach at that time, Razif Siddiq, he was the one who partnered us together. So, but we were good friends since childhood with Tan Fook, So, well, that time we were still young and we didn't know anything. We just followed what the coach's advice was. And true to his planning that I think after half a year or 1 year, we managed to get promoted to the senior ranks.
Their partnership struck gold within 2 years as they clinched their first international title at the Vietnam Open. A Commonwealth gold in 1998 followed before more success on the international circuit in the Singapore and Malaysia Open. One of the most memorable titles was at the Asian Badminton Championships. Lee and Chung were champions in 2006 and defended it successfully the year after. But as impressive as their trophy haul was, the duo couldn't deliver on the biggest stages, failing to make an impact at the BWF World Championships or Olympics. Their high expectations of themselves meant there were a number of tense moments between the two friends.
Of course, there's always a few times, in your career when you look back at it and say, oh, we should have done this better. But at the end of the day, if we analyze it properly, maybe at that point, that was the best thing for us to do. So right now, we as a player, we need to learn how to forget about the past. We just improve on that. In doubles, that's the beauty of it and that's the bad part of it. Definitely you have friction. But as we grow older, as we mature more, we know that the friction is because both of us want to perform well. Because we we are individuals, we have different ideas, we have different style of play, different planning. So this kind of friction we have to, it's just like a marriage, you know, you have to give and take.
2010 saw the end of the partnership before Lee eventually called an end to his playing career a year later. And as he passes on his experiences to the future generations, Lee is certain with the right guidance and hard work, it's only a matter of time before more young Malaysian talent emerges again.
I have come across a few players which the skills are fantastic, but when they play in a match, they don't know what to do. You know, the mentality is different because during training it's kind of fixed. You know, play day in day out, I'm doing this and that. But when it comes to court, match time, like I said, you have to face your opponent, you have to study your opponent, you have to react from them. They need to work hard. You know, even if they don't get it today, they have to work hard all the time, you know, keeping up, persevering, just to get that single skill. In badminton, you have a whole bunch of things coming together to make you into a good player.
A world-class player of the past, and now an inspirational coach. Lee Wan Wah's legacy in the sport looks set to continue for years to come. It's time for some trivia. Let's test your badminton knowledge. We want you to name the doubles pair who clinched their first Yonex Open Chinese Taipei Gold in 2014. We'll give you the answer after the break. Still to come, we report from one of the biggest amateur badminton tournaments in the world, the Morning Cup. Before the break, we asked you to name the doubles pair who clinched their first Yonex Open Chinese Taipei Gold in 2014. The answer is Nitya Krishinda Maheswari and Gracia Poli. The Indonesia duo capped a sensational win against China's formidable pair of Yu Yang and Wang Xiaoli in straight games. It was the pair's second Grand Prix gold win. The people of Taiwan have a deep passion for badminton, and this could not be more evident than at the World Morning Cup Badminton Championships. Founded in 1972 by Wu Wenda, a former president of the Chinese Taipei Badminton Association, the popular social badminton tournament has attracted enthusiasts from across Taiwan and the world for over 4 decades.
那为什么叫青城杯？因为那时候所有的企业家
It was named Morning Cup because back then, all the business associates took time off during their work routine to take part in the tournament. So it has to be held from 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. to accommodate to their work schedule. The tournament would stretch for a week before it can be completed. However, from the 7th edition onwards, we started to have more participants. To ensure that the overseas participants do not have to stay too long in Taiwan for the tournament, we moved it to a weekend.
The World Morning Cup recently held its 44th edition at the Taipei Arena, and Badminton Unlimited was in the country's capital to find out what makes this amateur badminton tournament one of the most successful in the world.
Morning Cup is a tournament for amateur players, so there is a need to have various age categories. In the beginning, we only have age 30 to 39 years, 40 to 49 years, and above 50 years categories. However, as time progressed, the business associates have also aged and requested for above 60 years and above 70 years categories. Subsequently, as the number of participants increased, the chance of winning a medal got slimmer, so we created an age group for every 5 years. That's how we progressed to today's age groups, which starts from 25 years to 85 years category.
As a community event, the Morning Cup aims to promote the sport through participation. The 3-day badminton festival is open to all ages and all skill levels. With over 100 competitive categories, there is something for everyone.
单打、 双打、混双。
Singles, doubles and mixed doubles are the standard categories for every badminton tournament. Morning Cup's special feature is the promotion of family bonding through play. So we added the husband and wife doubles, father and son or daughter doubles, mother and son or daughter, and grandparent and grandchild categories. This is unseen in other badminton tournaments around the world.
是看不到的。
The diversity of the Morning Cup is what makes the amateur tournament a hit with the locals and badminton lovers worldwide. Its ever-growing popularity saw the event draw a record number of entries this year.
我所知道是每年越来越多啊。
This year we had a breakthrough with 3,600 participants from 15 countries. This is a remarkable feat. The main objective is to meet fellow badminton lovers at this tournament. They could be ex-national players, ex-pros or amateur players. They have the chance to play together. This definitely helps with the development of Taiwanese badminton.
我想这是一个可以说是高难度的哈。
And their efforts in growing the sport and building the tournament to what it is today have not gone unnoticed by the badminton governing body. In 2011, the World Morning Cup became a permanent fixture on the badminton calendar when it obtained recognition as a BWF-sanctioned event, the first for an amateur tournament.
This Morning Cup, since I've been participating, is more than 15 years. This tournament attracts me in those is we have international friendship. First, this tournament is without any prize money. So it's more like a yearly affair to meet back all the friends. From this tournament, I do meet a lot of foreigners, people from countries from China, USA, Canada, Korea, Japan. We become very good friends because we know them all through badminton sports.
And the strong bonds forged through their love of the sport has helped the tournament expand its international image. After 40 years of uninterrupted competition in Taipei, the Morning Cup held the 41st edition in Malaysia, its first outside of Taiwan.
那时候，马来西亚的麦克利，他是我的好朋友。
My best friend in Malaysia, Mr. Michael Lee, is very passionate about badminton. He requested to organize the Morning Cup in his country. After making a few trips there to recce for competition venues and observe the way he works, I agreed to his proposal. I thought it would be refreshing to bring the tournament overseas to let the international badminton community have a better understanding on the format of the competition. This will help in the promotion of the tournament and also inject some new element into the annual competition.
千层杯羽球赛的人有一种新鲜感。
The World Morning Cup is a spectacular extravaganza for all amateur badminton enthusiasts. Every year, new friendships are formed across international borders, and while everyone plays their hardest, most matches end with smiles. The only thing that matters is the shared passion for badminton. Last week, Auckland continued the Grand Prix Gold Trail when the North Shore Events Centre hosted the Sky City New Zealand Open. The mixed doubles final began the action on finals day, and it was an all-China affair as Zheng Siwei and Chen Qingchen took on Yu Xiaoyu and Xia Huan. Zheng and Chen were looking for their first title this year. They managed to do it in just over the half-hour mark, defeating Yu and Xia in straight games 21-14, 21-8. Japan's Saina Kawakami stepped onto the court in the women's singles final next as she prepared to face China's He Bingjiao. Having already tasted success at last month's China Masters, He was seen as the favourite. But it was Kawakami who eventually came out tops after 2 games, winning it 21-16, 21-18. Hoping for the same positive result was the veteran Korean shuttler Lee Hyun-il when he squared off against China's Qiao Bin in the men's singles. Having turned 35 in April, Lee has been putting his experience to good use. In January, he finished as champion at the Yonex Sunrise Malaysia Masters. The world number 22 turned in another composed performance in this final, outwitting Qiao in 43 minutes. 21-12, 21-14 the final score. The women's doubles final saw a contest between Japanese duo Yuki Fukushima and Sayaka Hirota and Chinese pair Xia Huan and Zhong Qianxi. After grabbing the first game, the Japanese women couldn't quite impose themselves in the second, and so it went to the decider. Xia and Zhong never gave in and proved worthy victors in the end. The final score, 17-21, 24-22, 21-19. Wrapping up the day with the men's doubles, China's Huang Kaixiang and Zheng Siwei were seeking their first senior title together against Indonesians Fajar Alfian and Muhammad Rian Adianto. Tied at 1 apiece after 2 games, it was the Southeast Asians who finally gave way in the rubber. Huang and Zheng triumphed in 3 games. It read 16-21, 21-17, 21-9 the final score. After the break, we preview the biggest team tournament of the year, the Vivo BWF Sudirman Cup.
There is a tournament in 2016, I think. That must be our next really big goal, the Olympic in Rio.
Our ultimate goal is reaching Olympics 2016, is to qualify for the Olympics 2016 in Rio.
It would be to qualify for the Olympics in Rio and also medal in Rio. It's always been my childhood dream to win the Olympics.
For many, May the 4th begins a period which might define their careers. The qualification period for the Rio Olympics starts this week. Players from the length and breadth of the badminton world will battle it out for 12 months for a chance to participate at the pinnacle of the sport. Players will have until 1st May 2016 to collect as many points as they can from BWF-sanctioned tournaments. The world rankings published on the 5th of May 2016 will then determine who goes to Brazil. There have been some changes in badminton qualification for Rio 2016. National teams who have qualified for the Olympics can only pick 2 players per category, 8 male and 8 female shuttlers. In total, there will be 172 players in the badminton tournament, with host Brazil taking up 2 of the spots without having to qualify. In addition, there will be 6 places reserved for what is called the Tripartite Commission Invitations. These are awarded to national sides who have little or no athletes at the Games as a way to spread some of the Olympic ideals of sports for all. So, as the starting pistol goes off for the players, so it does for us. We will update you regularly about who is heating up and who is cooling off. Will Lin Dan make it a hat-trick at the Olympics? Will a star rise from unknown parts? Stay with us as the next year unfolds. After the euphoria of the Thomas and Uber Cups in 2014, it's now time to turn the spotlight on this year's biggest team event, the Vivo BWF Sudirman Cup. This first major tournament of the year will see teams from around the world battle it out for badminton glory and national pride. The 14th edition of the biennial World Mixed Team Championships will be held in the city of Dongguan, located in the Guangdong province of China from the 10th to the 17th of May.
The Sudirman Cup has always had a dual nature. It came after Thomas and Uber Cup, so it was the newer of the team championships. But part of its reasoning was always about a combination of elite badminton, with the top nations playing in a mixed format with mixed doubles included, so it's men and women. But also it had a festival nature.
This year, the tournament will see 35 countries being divided into 4 groups. However, only the 12 top-seeded teams in Group 1 will have a shot at lifting the trophy, while the rest will play for ranking positions in Groups 2, 3, and 4. Defending champions and hosts China lead the list of the top 12 teams and are placed in subgroup 1A with Germany and Thailand. China has emerged victorious a record 9 times since the tournament's inception in 1989. Lee Wan Wah's wards will be gunning for their 10th Sudirman Cup crown and are hoping to retain the trophy for a 6th consecutive time.
The Sudirman Cup is definitely an important team event for China. I hope I can be in good form. Getting the goal is what we want, but we need to also put in the hard work to achieve our goal.
Japan are the highest seed in subgroup 1B, along with Chinese Taipei and Russia. 2014 was a good year for Japanese badminton, with the men's team claiming their maiden Thomas Cup title and the women finishing runner-up in the Uber Cup. This year, Japan will be looking for a slot in the semi-finals, a feat that evaded them in the previous edition due to a surprise defeat at the hands of Thailand.
Before our national team started training early this year, we spoke about the year's tournaments, and in 2015, our team tournament is the Sudirman Cup. Japan has never made it to the top 4, although we have gotten to the quarterfinals. So this year, our goal is to make it to the final 4 of the Sudirman Cup.
1C consists of 2013 semi-finalists Denmark, Indonesia and England. Sudirman Cup inaugural winners Indonesia will be looking to their men's, women's and mixed doubles teams to fire some aces. With the absence of 5 of Denmark's top players due to internal conflicts with their country's badminton federation, Indonesia stand a good chance of advancing to the knockout stage.
Everyone's not just me. All the players, they have big dreaming to bring back the cup. Yeah, especially now that all the teams like here, they never won cup, even like Uber Cup, Thomas Cup. Yeah, so this time they really have like spirit to bring back the cup. Hopefully, with the spirit, we can bring back the cup.
The final subgroup is the group of death, with South Korea, India and Malaysia. The Malaysian contingent has reason to cheer, with their former world number 1 Lee Wei joining the team in China post an 8-month ban. 2013 runners-up and 3-time champions Korea will be hoping to put the brakes on dominant China with an all-round team performance and are strong contenders to make it to the final 2 once again.
I believe the Sudirman Cup is the biggest event of 2015. During our winter training period, the Korean team's main focus was on physical fitness and strength training. We've been working on improving our stamina and we've been training very hard. I believe if everybody in the team can perform well in their individual categories, then we will see good results in the final team standings.
Team India will be looking to their strong women's lineup to see them through to the next round. Semi-finalists in last year's Uber Cup, the Indian contingent are eyeing a podium finish, but the task will be an uphill one.
It's not going to be easy. We are in a tough group as well. We are playing against Korea and Malaysia. So Korea has got fantastic doubles, and Malaysia, I think their doubles is also very strong, and singles also, I think Lee Wan Wah is going to play it, so it's going to be a little tough. I personally believe the way we are giving good performances in singles, we still have a chance. But I feel in doubles, if we work a little bit more harder, I'm sure we will get the results there.
All eyes will be on Dongguan this May as the biggest team event of the year gets underway. The usual suspects will start as favourites, no doubt, but you can certainly expect some surprises along the way. Badminton Unlimited will be there, and we'll bring you all the action. Stay tuned. Let's find out what's happening on the international circuit in our Badminton Unlimited calendar. Next week on Badminton Unlimited, we spend a couple of days with former world women's singles #1 Saina Nehwal as she tours Dubai. We'll see you then.